Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, OG.
Bro, that's my
Thank you, OG.
I'm so late, yo. Something said
Boy, I was like, where is OG at, man?
I had
This
the
is
kids. I
prime
took them to
time.
church this morning. I'm just getting back. Man,
We playing
what's
all
up with
right
you?
so far, though.
I
We good,
see.
man. Chilling,
That's what's
man.
up.
What up, fellas?
What's
Bro,
up,
we about
bro?
to roll up. It's prime time hoops right here.
Oh, this is it right here, yo. Brian, what's good with you, brother?
Oh man, I'm just chilling, man, chilling.
Yeah, me too, bro. Same shit.
What's good? What's good? You working on your comeback
Chilling.
videos?
I'm
I
I'm
saw.
I'm 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 doing some things, bro. I'm kind of like playing around with some things. I'm trying to figure some things out. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I saw your I saw your video on LeBron and Kobe today.
Oh
Going
yeah, I
for
seen because
girl.
I'm starting to try to do some reactions.
Ugh.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right. I ain't got that no more. Oh yeah, Twitter's out.
I think I saw a stat on Luca that he gave up like 30 points the other night against
In one game.
Golden State. Yeah, I think I gotta think where I saw that, but they said he gave up like 30 points. Because what I'm trying to figure out is how many, with how much he averages, how much does he give up? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what's the differential between him and whoever's attacking him?
Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can do.
Caruso, first basket of the game. That's Shea Gilder's fifth assist of the damn night. Okay.
Lakers are doing good right now.
You know, it's always a story of two halves with the Lakers, bro. Once that third quarter hit, you know, that could tell a whole different story.
I know.
I'm shocked we up so much in the first, though. Oh, good D. I thought we took that. Wow. You said that. Luca. Rebound. Oh, nice touch pass by LeBron. Out the game for three. Wow, yo, look at the confidence in Gabe Vincent offensively, bro. That was from 25 feet. That's his 6 point. Chet bangs a three. Okay, shorty. I like this smoke, y'all. This is basketball right here. Let's go. LeBron with the left. Yeah. At the buzzer, does it count? No. Lakers up by a double digit. 10. End of the first. 42 points in the first quarter. My God. Okay. Okay. So the Thunder defense, very suspect. They've given up 42 points in the first quarter. Hmm. I'm not gonna lie. This game is going to tell a whole lot to me. We play them again, and if we keep the third, what are we in third now? As long as we in third, I think we good money. This game today is going to tell a lot. These next two games is going to tell a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. But we ready to rock. Let's go, Lakers. Let's get this W.
Okay, the article is it's for the win, or it's US. It looks like it's USA Today, but the writer is Michael Sykes.
Okay.
And it says Luka Doncic is the Lakers' greatest strength and biggest problem at the same time. And they're recapping the game on the Golden State game. And let's see.
My thing is it seems like only with the Lakers do we put all these unrealistic expectations on our guys. Luka has never been known to be a defensive asset. Now that's the expectation.
But he's known to be one of the greatest players in the NBA. So how can you be that with that type of defense?
Well, again, we need to define what that means as far as greatest in the NBA. I'm not going to say in history. I'm saying right now.
Actively, I mean right now.
Actively, yes. He's a superstar. What he does offensively is next level.
Yeah, but
and he's taking his team deep in the playoffs, even to a final. But
Yeah.
my thing is with the Lakers, okay, now we got to have expectation for him to play defense. Bronny James, the 55th pick in the second round. Now we got expectations for him to do something. It's just always something with the Lakers players that's just really unrealistic or never asked before by any other organization.
Yeah, but we got 17 championships, so we have been asking it and getting it.
Yeah, but those are the 80s
This
and like, I mean,
2000s, 10s. I mean,
but nothing on this, nothing in this organization has anything to do with the championships that was won by the Lakers when you think about it.
no, because the players change.
Even like Genie was around, but that's it. I mean, even the management, everything is different.
Except the fans.
Shit, I think
The
they
fans
fixed
are
it.
the same.
I
I
think they
mean,
knew.
unless you got the new ones, the ones that are recently into basketball, young or came because of certain players got here. But I've been watching the Lakers since '93, so we still the same.
You missed a lot of good Lakers. Then, like you be telling, I'm baffled by that statement. You started following the LA in '93. What about the '80s? You missed all the good basketball because the Lakers sucked
Well,
in the
I was
'90s.
I was younger and I wasn't into that, but I knew the Lakers were still the shit. Like even like when we were winning championships, I was outside playing, or whatever, or doing whatever. But my uncles was cheering and
Right,
all that, and they was talking
right.
about it. So
I got you.
through osmosis, I knew that the Lakers were, I knew Magic Johnson was all that. I knew about Kareem, and I read Kareem's book, his biography, when I was little. But I wasn't the type to sit down in front of the TV and watch sports
As a
until
youngin, I can dig it.
yeah, as a youngin, until I got married and had a kid and was coming home from work. Then I started watching the Lakers when they had Nick Van Exel as a rookie.
Ah, okay, okay.
So that's when I really started like watching and sitting down, having a brew, and actually watching and rooting for the team and following them. You know, so I know what it's like to lose, and you know, because like I said, I was a Laker fan since '93, and we didn't win until 2000. So I went through a lot of years of losing, um, watching it, watching us lose.
Shit, you went
You
through a
know,
lot of years after '08. I mean, after '09 until LeBron
no,
came.
after 2010,
Oh yeah, well yeah.
2010.
Woo.
But those teams that we had in the '90s that were losing were way better than the teams that we had after Kobe tore his ACL.
Yeah, that's true.
And as a matter of fact, I would say that those teams that we had before we won with Kobe and before Kobe even got here for a few years are just as good as the teams I've seen recently with LeBron, even though we didn't have a star.
Better all around ball club.
Yeah, we were fifth seed, at one point. We've been in the play-in tournament. We've been the seventh and eighth seed like twice. We
I
were
like
fifth
Eddie
seed. We
Jones.
were the fifth seed without. We were the fifth seed without a superstar on our team.
Yeah, Lakers had some good players.
We didn't have. We had Vladi, Eldon Campbell, Cedric
Eddie
Sabalas,
Jones, Nick.
Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel. We had guys coming off the bench. We just couldn't beat the superstars like David Robinson and you know Karl Malone and
Good
Hakeem
defense, Austin.
Olajuwon.
Great defense.
So that's what I'm saying about the article. Like, how good is Luka compared to those type of players that we had? Even like Eddie Jones was like
He
a
he's
Eddie.
a Eddie Jones is not a game changer. Luca is a game changer.
Yeah, but
There's none of those guys
Eddie
there's
Jones
none of
could.
those guys, Nick included. You can't compare them to Luca. Bro, Luca
Oh
is
no, I
box
think it's
office,
I
bro.
think there's a lot of fake shit in the NBA right now. I think this
Really?
guy. Yeah, I do.
Oh my! Did you not see what happened in the 2020 NBA playoffs in the bubble? What Luca did to the Clippers?
That's great, but the Clippers. I mean, I was more scared of the Clippers.
A lot of people was, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
But
even though
I
they
didn't
beat
care.
Dallas,
I didn't care about the Mavericks. Like I gotta see that. I gotta see that as a Laker. I mean, if we could get that out of him, that'd be great.
whoo,
But I'm just not sold on him. I just got. I mean, I know he's a great player. I know what everybody's saying about him. But you still got to win a championship. You got to build around this guy.
well, wait a minute. That only one team can win a championship every year.
I don't expect a championship every
Luca
year.
has put his team in a position to do so, right? They didn't lose to a team that wasn't better than them. Boston was better. You
Right.
can't knock Luca for that. And he's only 25. Or was at the time.
I'm not knocking Luca. I just want to know what we really got. Because I hear a lot of hype, but I want to know what we really got.
You have another savior as a Laker fan. Because LeBron was everything and y'all disrespected him. And once he leave, there was nowhere to go. Luca has neutralized that feeling. Y'all straight. The only thing I question about Luca is his maturity. That's it.
It says the Warriors attempted 21 of their 82 field goal attempts with Luka Doncic as the primary defender. According to NBA.com's advanced box score, they scored 30 points directly off of those shots.
Who led Golden State in scoring that night?
Was it
Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry?
So it doesn't matter. Luka, nobody is going to be able to do nothing with Steph. Like that's not a knock at Luka because he wasn't able to shut down or neutralize Steph. Who is?
But they didn't say that he got that all on that it was all on Steph.
What I'm saying is
all Steph.
What I'm saying is this: they're trying to make it seem they're putting the blame of that load of scoring on Luka's defense. What I'm saying is, well, who was on offense? You got Steph leading the way. I'm not going to knock Luka for that. He's that expect. When has Luka ever been able to sit in front of Steph or any other guard? Luka ain't that type of guy. Neither is Austin Reeves. But I don't hear you saying you don't believe in Austin Reeves.
Well, Austin Reeves is getting paid 11. What?
He definitely did say he
13
didn't
million.
believe in
Austin Reeves is getting 13 million.
He
So hold on.
definitely did say he
So
don't
Luka's
trust
not.
him.
So you saying Luka's not worth the money right now? What you're saying,
I'm not
Brian?
saying that. I'm scouting Luka.
Well, you're being disrespectful. That's what you're doing.
Watched him. I never really watched him when he played for the Mavericks. I mean, I heard about him and all that, but he didn't play for my team, so I didn't care. I didn't really focus on it.
I got it.
I mean, I've heard he's great. I've seen his highlights.
So you're not seeing greatness in real time. You're not seeing greatness.
I'm not saying I don't see greatness. I mean, all these guys are great. I mean, these are all great players.
All these guys are not great. No. All these guys are not great. You need to stop that.
They all are. I mean, you got a couple great players on every team, man. Like
no way.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you got great players on every team. You got De'Aaron Fox, who's in the lottery. I mean, you got a lot of players that are good. Like, it's just, I'm scouting him. You say, well, everybody knew he never played defense.
Never. And I'm not saying, Luka, it's not your job to get better defensively, but there really should never be an expectation of responsibility to a fault for Luka defensively when he's built his superstardom off of his overall game, which basically is offense. So what you asking Luka to do? They're going to do the same thing they asked LeBron to do. He had to dumb down his offense to pick up the slack on defense. That ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to change teams or something.
Give him some help.
I like certain things when I watch basketball. So, I mean, I don't
Justo
know.
says,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think the Lakers are a championship team with Luka. Wait a minute. Maybe I got to get a new television. What am I watching that y'all are not? What are y'all
I
saying?
mean, look, dude, when you come, look, how long have you been watching the Lakers?
I have been watching the Lakers since the 80s, since the Showtime Lakers. I'm 46 years old.
Okay, no, that's cool. So, but what we've had to win championships.
Yes,
Okay, so does Luca fit that mold?
absolutely. There's no one man band winning an NBA title. It didn't happen in the 80s, the 90s, nor the 2000s. It's not going to happen with one man. But the 80s was catered around Magic and Kareem, a dominant and a guy who was
So this
pass
team,
first.
but this team, right? Okay, so do you think this team that we have right now can win a championship?
Absolutely, you have the same tools. You LeBron and Luca. You have the same tools. The
Okay,
only
where's the defense? Where's the defensive guard to back to like hold up to kind of help Luke out? Where's the defensive guard?
look.
Goodwin?
I'm not. uh, This is what I'm
Like
saying.
because Magic had Cooper and Byron Scott,
Right. I'm
and
not. I'm not comparing the two. I'm not comparing the two rosters. What I'm saying is the Lakers have been in second, third, between second and fourth place for the duration of this year for a reason. Maybe it's because of the lack of offense that the opposition has been putting out this season. I'm not trying. I haven't been on this thing that the Lakers are just this great. I've said since the beginning. I felt like the Lakers have gotten some help this year from teams that we've seen being successful before have not played this well this year, and it's helped the Lakers out when we talk about wins and losses in the standing. But I don't know, man. I just don't. You can say, yeah, Michael Cooper individually. You can pick players, but again, none of those none of those guys was generational superstars. None of those
no,
guys
and
were game changers.
you're not gonna have that many. You're only gonna have a couple on each team,
But you got two of them now, and
right?
and it's not a big man, little man. These are two guys that could spread the floor. And then you got this kid in Austin Reeves. I mean, for what it's worth, respectfully, what role player have you seen from the Lakers since you've been watching in the 90s have picked up the slack like Austin Reeves has? I haven't seen a role player play like this for like since like Robert Ory. I
Well,
don't think
he's
you,
a different. No, I'm not criticizing Austin. I think he's great for the price we pay him for. I think he's great. I don't criticize Austin. I mean, he's getting 14 million a year. Like, how many players are putting up his stats at getting paid 14 million? I think the best contract. He has a good contract. I think the only contract that I can think that's better is probably Ivica Zubac's contract. I think that's probably the best contract in the league right now because I think he's only getting 11 million. But Austin, pound for pound, for the money they spend on him, I mean that's a great contract.
so let me ask you this, Brian. If we let's say for instance we take all the information that we know now, but let's rewind and go back to the trade. Are you feeling like the Lakers should have never traded Anthony Davis?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I think you still got to make that trade, but I'm just finding out about him. I'm finding out about Luca. I mean, if from what I hear, I would make the trade, but I'm just trying to figure out this guy. I mean, we got him on the team now, so I'm just trying to figure the guy out.
Well, what does the eye test tell you? You've been watching this guy for about a month, 2 months. What is the eye test telling you?
He's good offensively. That's what it tells me.
That's all you've been seeing.
Yeah, I mean, he's good offensively.
He's
That's
great offensively.
He's great offensively. Yeah,
That's
he's
but
great
that's
offensively.
what made him a superstar. That's what made him Luca.
Yeah, I mean he's great offensively, but he's great offensively.
Your expectation is going another way. So what are we asking for him on defense? What do you expect him? What does the box score look
I
like for
expect him to
Luka for you?
play his position on defense.
Is it about getting steals and blocks, or is it about making sure
I
your
don't
guy
know.
don't get
I don't
30?
know. I don't know. I don't know. I just want to see us win. So we'll see. We'll see what he brings. I mean, he's great.
But
From what
we've been winning. That's what I'm saying. We've been winning, and you criticize his
I
defense.
don't I don't I just wait for the playoffs.
Okay,
I just wait for the playoffs.
the game will slow down.
I just wait for the playoffs because right now the teams don't really practice anymore. So the regular season is basically like the training camp now for the playoffs. The regular season is your chance to, jockey for seeding and figure out where you're going to be as a team for the playoffs and know each other as a team because the playoffs is where it really counts. So I really can't judge until the playoffs.
But you can go by his playoff. You act like Luka don't have postseason experience, though. I don't. That's what it's bugging me out. You're saying you have to wait till the playoffs, like you've never seen him play in the playoffs before.
Well, I'm talking about this team.
With the Lakers?
Yeah, I'm talking about how he looks with this team.
Again, what are you seeing that gives you a concern? The Lakers are not losing games because of Luka defensively, in my opinion.
Well, we'll just have to see. I mean, I can't blame. I can't just. I mean, everybody is responsible. It's a team thing. I don't put nothing on him or LeBron. I just look at the team and just see how the team plays.
You know what is amazing? Right now, it is 4:26 p.m. on Sunday, April the 6th. The Lakers are up by 19 points in the second quarter versus the number one team in the NBA. And here Brian is with a straight face talking about his concern for Luka Doncic. It is
It's the team. It's
unbelievable.
the team. It's the team. It's not just Luka. It's the team.
My God.
It's not just Luka.
This is insanity, man. Justo says Luka is going to be winded because defense is going to be from him, and I don't think he has the win for offense. It happened to AD. It's going to happen to Luka. I disagree. What are you asking Luka to
I
be
mean, we'll see,
defensively?
man. If they do it, then if they do it, then they do it, man.
I
I'm
just
good with
want to
that.
know what we're asking of Luka defensively. Do we need
I'm
3
not
steals a
asking
game?
nothing. I'm not asking nothing.
All right.
I'm not
Okay.
asking nothing of him defensively.
Because right now he got 17 points.
I'm not asking nothing of him defensively.
He got 17
Nothing.
in the first half with
Let
6
these
minutes to
niggas
go.
just go out and play and do what they want, and hopefully we just win chips.
But this is crazy though. This guy's on pace to score 50 points tonight, and you don't have anything positive to say about his performance tonight. You're only talking about the concerns, like the negative. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to scout the player. I never watched him before, so
You
he looks good.
You asked me, does the Lakers to me look like or feel like a contending team? They are up almost 20 on the top team in the NBA right now. We're watching it, and you act like this ain't happening. And they on the road. This ain't. Come on.
I'm not acting like it's not happening. I'm not acting like it's not happening.
You should be celebrating then. I don't really hear the exuberation in your voice because this is crazy. We up by almost 20.
This is cool. But even when I'm the one that brought up that they were up earlier. You're the one that said the third quarter. I brought up that they were up.
Yeah, but then you go back to I'm worried about the playoffs and I'm worried about Luka. I don't know much about him, and I'm trying to.
I always worry.
I'm trying to figure out Luka. Why you not trying to figure out guys like Rui and like these other guys?
Because Rui's hot and cold already. I already know him. I already know Rui. He hot and cold. He's hot and cold. I don't know if you remember the McDLT.
Oh
But
yeah. Oh
he
yeah.
hot and cold like the McDLT. That's my nickname for him. So yeah, I know him.
Got you.
That nigga sleepy. He half the time he look like he about to fall asleep or like he just woke up.
That's very
Like
much true.
I watch all these dudes.
Let's go, Luca. Easy. Easy money.
That was nice.
Gabe Vincent with 9 points, bro. All threes. Luke Dort. Rainbow. Miss. Out of bounds OKC. That's Laker ball. Let's go.
We gonna see. We gonna see.
No, you gonna see, man, because I've been trying to tell y'all this is it right here, yo. Y'all did the same thing about LeBron. No respect for him defensively. Oh, LeBron don't play no defense.
He wasn't.
Yo, y'all tripping, yo.
He wasn't playing no defense. He
LeBron
wasn't.
has signature chase down blocks. He's known for chasing shit down. And y'all talk about he don't play defense. Why? Because he don't sit in the chair for 48 minutes anymore?
No, man. No. Because they watch him play. They watch him
Man,
play that
stop
power forward
capping, bro.
position, and he don't play
Stop
defense.
capping, bro.
Brian just don't have no respect for LeBron James
Stop
overall game.
capping, bro.
He respect the what you call the records. He put
Look, I
respect on the records.
never said LeBron James don't play defense. I'm telling you what they say about. I'm telling you about why they say he don't play defense.
But they don't know what they talking about. They have expectation for him to be standing in front of somebody for, like I said, that's not his. He plays safety now. He's that's not his game now. He too old for that. He has to play safety, and I'm not mad at that. He's swatting shit, chasing shit down.
I just don't see the difference. I just don't see the difference. I mean, all we got is one championship. Like, I'm not satisfied.
Wow.
I'm not happy.
You said that with a straight face. All we
Yeah,
got is one
I'm not
championship.
impressed. I'm not impressed by what we had since he got here. I'm not impressed with just the one bubble ring in
But two
2020.
championships impressed you.
Yeah, two championships would, yeah.
What Kobe did impressed you, but what LeBron did didn't impress you.
It impressed me on the point where we got the one bubble ring. I like that was an impressive year, but I'm not impressed overall. No.
Wow.
I'm not.
Wow. A
I feel like
franchise that was in
I'm not
purgatory.
blaming LeBron for
A
that, but I just
franchise who had no chance in hell of even being in the finals get LeBron James and he take him to the promised land, win it in the first opportunity, and y'all tripping.
I'm tripping. Yeah.
Can't make this up, yo. Cannot make this up.
I'm
The
tripping.
Lakers had no chance in hell of being in the finals before LeBron came. For the next 10 years. For the next 10 years. And he come in bringing AD and they get the going. Lose Kobe and they still the pandemic and they still get it done. And that's not his man. Okay.
It's not. It's not.
When
I don't think
LeBron is
so
gone, you're
anyway.
gonna miss him. You're gonna miss him.
I probably will. I mean, I will miss him.
No, you're gonna miss him to the point of regret, Brian. You're gonna regret the things you've been saying on these airwaves. You be like, damn, bro, I should really appreciate it doing more in real time.
No, you just hurt my feelings when he came and kicked my favorite player off the team.
Who was that? Brandon
Julius
Ingram?
Randle.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They let him go for nothing.
A guy who can't make a teammate better to save his life.
Huh?
A guy who can't make a teammate better to save his life.
What are you talking about? He can't. He dishes the ball.
No, I didn't say he was a ball hawk. Name
He ain't
me
no ball. He does make his
from
teammates better.
from LA to New York to
New York made the
Minnesota.
playoffs the first when he first got there.
Right. Not because of him, because of Jalen Brunson. That's Jalen's team.
Brunson wasn't on the team yet.
Name a player
Wait
in
a
the
minute, dude.
NBA
Brunson
that
don't. I'm not
Julius
naming
Randle
nothing. Brunson
helped make better.
Brunson wasn't on the team yet. You just said that Brunson. That's because of Brunson. Brunson wasn't on the team
What you mean Brunson wasn't on the team?
when they made the playoffs when Julius Randle first got there.
Brunson, you
Was
said
not on
Brunson
the
wasn't
team.
on the team when the Knicks went to the playoffs.
Right. He wasn't. Not the first
That's a
year.
lie.
It's not.
How do you think the Knicks was able to give Julius Randle $100 million if they was a playoff team?
They went to the playoffs and
The
lost
Knicks
to.
made the Knicks
They
made
went
the
to the playoffs
playoffs
and
and
lost to
Julius Randle
Atlanta in
shot
the
like
first round.
30-some% from the field, bro. That was before Jalen Brunson got there.
That was Jalen Brunson. That was before Jalen Brunson got there, and they went to the playoffs
But
with
again,
Julius Randle.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But again, name a NBA player in 3 teams that Julius Randle has made better. Name one.
What does that mean? Like the
He's
whole roster.
nothing.
If the whole roster goes to the playoffs, that means he made the whole team better.
Wow.
They went to the playoffs with Julius Randle. They didn't go anywhere
They
before he
went to the
got there.
playoffs with a lot of players on that team. Was Julius the best player on the team?
Julius
That's what you're
Randle
saying?
made the All-Star that year. He was the best player on the team.
In the Eastern
We
Conference.
we are about to score 80 points in the first half on the OKC Thunder.
On the road. On the road.
On the road, bro. Man, fuck the Julius
That's
Randle.
awesome.
You
Let's
talking
keep it
about
going.
Julius Randle and we finna, bro. Man,
It's his favorite
man.
play, he said.
I mean, we got over getting
Come on,
getting
dog.
Luka
Do you see
changed
what
all
Luka
that.
is doing right now? Oh my goodness, boy, get the. I just sent y'all home last year. I'm used to
No,
this.
but
I'm used to
basically
this.
what you were talking
I
about
just
earlier
sent y'all home
about
last year and
Luca.
shit.
But this is different. Luka's on the team right now. This is different. But I'm just saying, like, one championship is not that impressive. I just gotta say it.
But I feel like this
I mean,
generation
it's
it's gonna
cool.
be
We
hard
got
for
it,
any
but
team to repeat to two-peat. Like in this generation, it's gonna be hard to
now
two-peat.
we
Every year, teams get better. So it's gonna be hard for anybody to two-peat. I don't think Boston gonna two-peat. It's possible, but I don't think they're gonna two-peat.
no. I mean, no, they might not. I mean, Cleveland is looking really good.
I know one thing: if they choke this league, it's gonna be ugly for them. It's gonna be real ugly.
They should be able to win this game. I mean, yeah, they better not choke this. But I'm just saying, I'm happy with the championship.
Now, I think
But for
even
me,
wasn't for
like
the bubble. I
ending.
think the Lakers. I thought the Lakers still gonna win the championship that year. They were still gonna win. They was very hot from the beginning to the end.
Who? Who y'all talking about?
The 2020 Lakers. He was talking about the bubble. Like I thought they was gonna win anyway. Whether without the bubble.
See, for
You
me,
think
I
you
was
think they should have ran it back?
for me. No, for me, I thought that the Clippers were still better than us before COVID because we had been losing to them in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But when we went into the bubble, I think right before the season ended,
We beat them.
due to COVID, we beat the Clippers. But
And we
prior to that,
we
we were
beat
losing
Milwaukee
to
back to
them,
back.
and then we beat them in the bubble. And
No, we
then
ain't
we
playing
didn't
in the
have,
bubble.
and then we didn't have to play them in the bubble
Right,
in the playoffs. So, but
right.
earlier, while we was even though we was number one in the league, we were getting killed by the Clippers. So I was still worried about the Clippers, but we
Yeah,
didn't have to
but
beat
yeah,
them.
but the Lakers they were still getting together. Like they were still gelling. So I feel like the X factor was Boy Howard on the Lakers team. Like he was just they dominant at the bottom of it.
Bro.
Because Rondo and them stepped their game up in
70,
once April came.
78 points
Okay.
in the first
No,
half.
no. I mean, we
Oh,
won the bubble
Wow.
fair and square. Yeah.
Wow.
oh
But
my
I
I'm just
got you,
saying.
Wado.
goodness.
I'm just saying. Prior to
This
that,
is
I thought they
crazy.
had our number.
Do me a favor and follow the rim, G.
But I'm just saying, like after that bubble, after the ring, we didn't we miss the playoffs the following. No, we got beat in the first round, and then we missed the playoffs, and then we've been ending up at the end of the round, end of the rounds, getting in. Having to participate in the play in, and getting swept in the conference finals, and then gentlemen swept in the first round. It's just you know.
You mean with LeBron?
See, you keep saying that. I'm not putting it on LeBron.
No, I'm saying, are you saying with LeBron when you saying first round gentleman sweeps and all this other BS? Because
Yeah, but
you're
he's
not
on the
giving the
team.
full story.
I'm not saying with LeBron. He's on the team, but I'm not saying with LeBron.
Yeah,
You
but I'm
keep
just
saying
saying
with
I would
LeBron.
appreciate you telling the full story. Like you talk about first round gentleman sweeps. Why? AD was out, the groin injury. You're not mentioning the full story. You're painting a picture like guys were ready to go and wasn't good
Well, we
enough.
could talk about that. Okay, AD and LeBron got hurt. I think they both got hurt. Yeah, and then we missed
But
the
if
playoffs.
we want to
Nobody
be
was hurt.
technical, like
Well, LeBron got
We
hurt
didn't
in
trade for Westbrook.
2018 when they
Nobody was
missed the
hurt.
playoffs. But when they missed the playoffs in 2018, LeBron had the groin injury and was out for like what 19 to 31 games.
Yeah, and I didn't
So
even
that was
mention
the
that.
reason they was in fourth place before he
I'm not
won that.
talking about that. I'm just talking about the whole thing hasn't been impressive. I'm not
What other
blaming
year
nobody.
did the Lakers miss the playoffs?
Huh?
What other year did the Lakers miss the playoffs when LeBron was in uniform?
The year they had Westbrook.
And wait a minute.
It was the year where they had Westbrook where they didn't
And
even
and
get to the
and
play
and
in.
and you got the nerve to put that on LeBron?
Did you keep saying LeBron? I'm not you. I'm blaming the front office. You keep saying LeBron.
Well, you said the best player on the team make the guys better. You gave that
I
credit to
didn't say
Julius
that either.
Randle.
You
You gave
said
that
that.
credit to
I didn't
Julius
say that.
Randle.
I said he was my favorite player. You the
I
one that
asked you
started
to name
saying
me
it.
a player in 3 teams that Julius Randle made better. I still ain't got a name.
I didn't say he made players better.
He don't. That's why I said he's nothing.
What do you mean he don't? Like what kind of
Name one player that
look,
Julius Randle has made.
I saw a game where Julius Randle dished the ball to Nick Young, who hit 7 threes, and all his threes came from assists from Julius Randle.
Does Nick Young got a ring?
Yeah, he does.
Does
I
Julius
guess.
Randle got a ring?
No, he don't, because
All
he
right,
ain't playing with AD and LeBron.
he ain't helped
He
swag
ain't
you do
playing with
nothing.
Giannis, and he not playing with
Steph,
he not playing with Tatum and Brown.
he playing with young Jordan. He playing with a 4-time defensive player of the year.
Hey, if they not good enough, they not good enough.
I feel like at this point, Randall just a role player. Like he don't get
Yeah, I
that
think he's a role player.
recognition.
I never thought he was going to be the superstar. I always
Julius
had him as
now he just a rope. Yo, Brian, you funny as hell.
Hey, he was my favorite player. He was my
So
favorite player.
what's good about him that make him your favorite player? Like what's good about him? Like what's his
For me,
like his style?
what sold me on Randall was for me like my pet peeve was always I never liked power forwards that were like under 6'10", 6'11". I always liked my power forwards to be like 6'10" and up.
Right.
But when I saw Julius Randle in summer camp, in summer league, and the way he was playing,
I
like there
respect
was
you.
one play where he was driving down the lane and he went to lay it up, and the Golden State Warrior player like fell down to the ground and held his nose, and his nose was gushing, bleeding and shit. And they called him for the foul, and Julius Randle didn't even feel the contact, and he went to the line and knocked down like 2 free throws. So for me, I said, "Damn, this dude is strong as hell." So then when he got to then I saw like he had the quick first step, and then I saw him like, and then he played his first game and he broke his leg, so we didn't get to see him for a whole season. And then he came back the next year, and to me he just looked like he looked like he was a guy that could shoot the three, he could bulldoze his way into the lane. He could bully ball his way to the lane. Nobody could stop him to going to the lane, and he was a willing passer. So, his weaknesses for me was he would get out of control when dribbling, and he'd get a lot of offensive fouls like charging. And sometimes he was a little out of control and his outside shot wasn't consistent. But for
So,
me,
so,
I
so
thought,
basically, like he's like a bigger Westbrook. Basically, that's what you're saying, right?
huh?
He like a big Russell Westbrook, right? That's what you're saying. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying right
like a
now.
big Russell Westbrook. Yeah, kind of like a big Russell Westbrook. But I knew that he played Kentucky and he played center, and they went all the way to the Elite Eight with him at center. And I knew that. And then when I saw him when I first started seeing him play, he ended up playing averaging 16 points. Him, Kuzma, and Ingram all averaged 16 points. So, and then I saw him like going at it with like Kevin Garnett and Cousins. And then I seen him try. Then I seen him do a chase down block on James Harden. So I said, this dude got game. And and we had three players, and they were all averaging 16 points. And I was like, man, these guys are good. None of them is really that superstar. None of them is really because they were all number 2 picks, and Julius Randle was number 7. But I said all these guys are like awesome role players. Like they would be great role players for like one superstar. All we need is one superstar, and all these guys that we have on the team right now will fit right around them because Lonzo Ball was 6'5" and played defense. Brandon Ingram was like a 3-and-D wing. Julius Randle was strong and cock strong. We had Zubats, who was a real 7-footer, who was only 19 years old, and then we had KCP came to the team, and I said, "Damn, all we need is like one superstar." And I thought it was going to be Paul George. I said, if Paul George come and play with these guys, we might have something here. But
Hey,
it ended up being
you
LeBron
know what?
James, and then they got rid of my favorite player, and then the next year they traded all the guys for
Listen to
AD.
how he wrapped this up. Listen to how he just wrapped that up. Listen to this crap.
What are you talking about? What?
I sat
What?
here and I just let you go off. First of all, you
You asked
to
me,
sit up
okay,
here.
you asked me what I liked about
No,
Randall, and
I
I told you.
respect you gave me a very valid basketball reason why he's your favorite player. I respect you 1,000,000% for your knowledge and your reason because it was basketball related and it made sense. When you start to tell me and Justo and the American public that Paul George is a superstar number 1, you're just out of bounds. Then number 2, you're sitting here saying, "Oh, these guys were averaging 16 and they didn't have a superstar and all they needed was a superstar." Well, what happened in the 2018-19 season? Because
You
they
just said
you got
LeBron
the
got
you
hurt.
got the
LeBron
biggest
and Lonzo got hurt. LeBron
superstar in the
and
world.
Lonzo got hurt. You
No, wait
just
a minute.
said that. So
No, but
why? See, you want credit for LeBron getting hurt, but you won't give us credit for Lonzo getting hurt. If you
because
remember watching that,
what
we was
But
leading Golden
Lambo's
State.
still hurt though. Lambo's still hurt to this day. He's still hurt.
Yeah,
in
but
your
we got
He
favorite
said
look.
he
That's
had a
one
so
guy,
his
and your favorite player is not a winner. You understand?
man.
And
Come
you
on,
and
dude.
you
Don't
hate
go
when
there.
I say
Don't
that
go there. How
about
long
these
did it take for
players.
LeBron to win his first ring?
No. We're
How
not
long
going
did
to
it
do
take
that.
for LeBron to go? And he is a
you,
winner. He's a
How
you
long
two-time
can't
did it
you
player.
take
can't
for
put
LeBron to be
Randall
on
and
the
Bron in
front
the
of
same
Sports
sentence.
Illustrated? How long did it take for LeBron to be considered the chosen one? How long did it take for LeBron to get a $90 million contract? It's,
LeBron, AD, look, I'm not coming to see it. I just told you Julius Randle is a role player. I just told you that. So now you want to compare him to the GOAT, to
no, I'm not comparing
arguably
him to the
most
GOAT.
people's
I'm
GOAT.
telling you, I said he's not a winner. And you have a problem when
You
I
can't
said
tell
that.
me he's not a winner, man. He
What
went to the Elite Eight in college. You can't tell me he's not a winner.
that's a
We
They
talking
went
about
to
the
the
pros.
playoffs.
that's
We
a
We
talking
don't
about the
know who
system
the
pros.
winner is.
that's a systematic experience.
Yeah,
What has
exactly. And he's a
Julius Randle
systematic player,
what
and
has
he's
he
a role
ever
player.
in a system? What has he won in the NBA? What has he won in the NBA?
That's not a good question, man. That's not valid.
Well, this is all I'm saying.
That's not
This is
valid.
this
See,
is
that's
my
not
point.
valid.
This is my point, though. Why I said this. LeBron, can you agree that LeBron knows the formula to get the job done? LeBron knows what's needed, what type of personnel is needed on the team to get to a championship.
No, I
You
don't
don't
agree
agree with
with
that?
that.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Then why? No. Why would I believe that?
A guy who has went
It's
to
not number
a
one. It's
guy
not
who has
his
went to a
job. Number
finals
one, it's
almost
not his
12
job.
times, took
Number
three
one, it's
teams.
not his job to be a GM.
No.
And
I'm not
number two,
saying
whenever he number two, any moves that he made aren't exactly like like what moves did he make?
what I'm
Like
saying
you
is
want to
this.
give him credit for Russell Westbrook?
That was that okay. You mean to tell me that I'm going to vilify LeBron James, who
I'm
went
not asking you to
to
vilify him at all. I'm saying if you
or
want to
even
say that,
even criticize three
I'm not saying
destinations?
criticize him. I'm saying you just said you don't think LeBron James knows. And I'm saying no, I'm not
Bro,
criticizing him. I'm saying
LeBron James have went to the finals 11 times. He's led three destinations to the finals multiple times. He took these three teams to the finals more than once. Not the Lakers, but he took them once and won it. How do you come to the conclusion that LeBron doesn't know what type of team it's going to take to the finals? That is
well, how come
ridiculous.
we've only been once? How come we've only been once?
Because as you alluded to, LeBron is not the general manager. But what I'm saying is this: when you
But
have
then why you
teammates,
why you why you then why you throw that
you're
in
not
there? You
letting
don't
me
think
finish
LeBron
because
James
again, you're
knows
not
what it
letting me
takes? Why
finish.
do you even say that then?
Because you're not letting me finish. This is my whole point. When you have a guy like LeBron, who I believe knows what it takes, knows the type of personnel it's going to take, and then when you have teammates like Brandon Ingram and Julius Randle and Lonzo Ball and all these other guys, that is not the formula and the recipe to win. LeBron is not their age. LeBron came to LA to win and win now. You can't win with no damn Julius Randle. Get him out of there. Bring in Anthony Davis. That's how we win. And that's what happened. And that's why I'm telling you, Julius Randle is not a winner. He went to New York. He ain't the number one in New York. He went to Minnesota. They traded Cat for him. How
Yeah,
that's
and look,
looking?
we could have
How that's
got we
looking?
could
Which
have
was a
got Cat.
bad
How
trade,
that's
by the
We
looking
could
for
have
way,
got Cat.
Minnesota?
for the
How that's looking
Timberwolves.
for
A bad
Minnesota?
trade.
They in the
We could have
play-in.
got Cat. We could have traded Julius. We could have
That was a
traded
bad
Julius.
trade
We
for the
let him walk
Timberwolves
for
for
nothing.
Julius
We didn't
Randle.
get
A
nothing.
horrible
New
trade for the
York got
Timberwolves.
Cat for him. We didn't get nothing for him.
What I'm saying is the
And that's why
impact
I'm
that your
saying you
favorite.
keep bringing up LeBron. I'm not blaming LeBron.
No, I'm
I'm
following the
blaming the
footsteps
front
of your
office for
favorite
making
player.
dumb moves.
I'm
So,
following the
you ain't
footsteps
have
of
to
your
say it
favorite
like
player.
that, though, Gary.
The impact of your favorite player on these teams is none, little to none.
That's
Man, you
bullshit.
said
That's
you can't
bullshit.
win with no Julius Randle. He went
Who was the
tired.
best player in New York, Julius or Jalen?
Yo, you just killed his.
Number
This is,
one, I said he was my favorite player. Number one, I never said he was a superstar.
but I said he
Number
wasn't a
two,
winner.
he's still balling.
I said
Number
he wasn't
two,
a
he's
winner.
still
You
averaging
disagree
20
with that,
something points a game and 7 rebounds or 9 rebounds. He
Hmm,
was a double machine with the Lakers.
right?
He
What did
ain't
it? What did
sorry.
it? What did it equate to? What did his double doubles equate to?
It equated to New York getting the freaking getting Cat.
No, it equated to the Lakers winning 19 games, 20 something games, and 30 something games in the season. That's what it
Yeah,
equated to.
they were getting better. They were trending up. Sounds like to
No, no,
me.
no, no,
Sounds like
no,
a
no.
team
When you
trending
get
up.
LeBron, you get better. When they got LeBron, they got
They
better.
only won 2 more games
They
than
went
they had the
fourth place
previous
when
season.
LeBron went down.
Huh?
They went fourth place in the Western Conference when LeBron went down with that groin injury.
Yeah, when LeBron came back, Lonzo was hurt, so they couldn't get back in it. So it wasn't just LeBron getting hurt; it was Lonzo getting hurt too. So
They were
it wasn't just
mathematically
Lonzo.
LeBron was out too many games. It was a wrap. They were mathematically not able.
Yeah,
They
we were
wasn't gonna make
eliminated
it.
because we lost Lonzo Ball shortly after we lost
No, we
LeBron.
were eliminated because we lost LeBron. Stop putting Lonzo Ball up there like that.
Why
I don't know
not?
why I don't know why you say Lonzo. Like Lonzo is like
Because if you
was
were watching,
underrated.
Lonzo was the reason. Oh my God!
Lonzo was a
If
good.
you,
I like Lonzo. Don't
it
get
was
it twisted.
Lonzo and LeBron. It was the reason we was winning them
You need
games
to
and we
stop
were in
that.
that
You
fourth
need to
seed.
stop putting them two names in the same sentence like that. Lonzo and
Whatever,
LeBron. People
whatever.
put Dwayne Wade and LeBron and Kyrie and LeBron in the same
Well,
sentence
that's the
and
only
AD
players
and
we
LeBron.
had.
You
We had
putting
Lonzo
some
and LeBron.
damn
We
Lonzo
had
and LeBron.
Lonzo. That's what we had. We were the fourth seed. You guys are just saying
Hey,
Did we
hey,
even
Laker,
it
Lane,
was. It was
I
just
think he's
LeBron by
young,
himself.
man. I think
So
he
that
really is
that
young.
tells you, but that
Bru-
tells you that my philosophy was correct because we were the fourth seed and we had all them role players around LeBron, and he was the fourth seed.
this is the same philosophy that said
We
that
was
the
the
Lakers.
fourth seed with all them role players around LeBron. We was the fourth seed when everybody was healthy.
Hmm. How
and
many
we was
championships?
beating Golden State when everybody was
So did they
healthy.
win the championship though? Did they win
He
the
and that's what I'm
championship?
about to ask him because he said the last time the Lakers would still have title 18 if the Anthony Davis trade would have never happened.
No, my thing with Anthony Davis was to let him hit free agency,
That's
and
not going to
we
happen.
could sign him as
Yeah,
a free
that
agent.
wasn't gonna happen.
We couldn't afford
What do
that.
you mean it
They had to
wasn't going
trade
to
him.
happen? He was a year out. What do you mean it
Yeah, that
wasn't
was too
going to happen?
long. That's too long. We should have got him
How's
sooner
that
than
too
that.
long?
It is too long because
How was we going to afford
they
him?
traded him the season before he
No,
became a
no.
free
See,
agent.
that's why we don't agree because y'all just
So
we
Brian,
should we
how so who? Wait a minute, Brian. We got Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Josh Hart, LeBron James, Lonzo Ball. How are we going to sign AD as a free agent?
because they
How?
were all on rookie contracts, bro. They were all on rookie contracts.
Not LeBron.
Everybody except LeBron was on rookie contracts. And we could have still traded Julius Randle and got
What year
compensation
are
for
you
him.
referring to? Because I swear to God, I'm about to do my homework. What year are you referring to?
What do you mean what year?
What year are you referring to that the Lakers could have afforded to sign AD as a
He
free
talking about
agent?
the year. He talking about the year after. Well, LeBron, the same year LeBron had towards he had his groin
So he's
on
talking about the
Christmas Day against the Warriors.
2019, 20. He's talking about the year that we got AD.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the year after we got AD. The year he would have became a free agent.
No, we won
yeah,
the
but it would have been too
championship.
long.
Hold on. Yeah, that's too late.
That's too
AD
late.
won the
No, we
title
would have
the
got him
first
in
year he came, man.
2021. We would have got him in
Wouldn't
2021 instead of
wouldn't we have to
2020.
still lose Julius Randle to get AD anyway?
Yeah, but we would have
Yes.
got some compensation for him.
You said no, Justo?
Yeah. I said we would. We would.
Okay. I was about to say yeah. So he was gonna have to leave regardless.
I was trying to
Man,
give him the
Julius
benefit of
Randle
doubt and let him keep Julius and get rid of
playoffs
Brandon.
that
Well, we
year
could have done that too. We
before
could have done
Brunson
that
came,
too.
he was atrocious, bro. He showed why we got rid of his ass until
Who?
he got
Julius
Julius
Randle.
Randle. When he was in the playoffs with the Knicks, bro, he shot like 35% from the field, gang.
Man, he was their best player on the
I
team.
know that. I know
Oh,
Wow.
that.
are you
But
talking
still,
about Julius
bro.
Randle right
But
now? That's
still,
crazy.
bro.
He was their
Bro,
best
that's
player on the
bad.
team.
What
He was
year
the
was this, y'all? What year did Julius Randle and the Knicks was in the playoffs without
I gotta
Jalen
look
Brunson?
it up, bro. But was it
I think it was the year when they had it was the year
2019?
before COVID, I think. I think year after COVID, I think. 2021.
What was
I'm
the
about to say
competition like in the East? And man, I feel like anybody could have been in the playoffs.
Well, if we being honest, they was like Knicks, they got their ass kicked
ain't
by
gonna
Atlanta
lie.
at
I don't
home.
even remember who their second best player was. I just know Julius Randle was not hooping, and he was the only nigga they had. It was
He was
Randall
the
Mitchell
only dude they had.
Robinson,
That's right. He was the only dude they had.
Randall Mitchell Robinson. I'm trying to think. I
Yeah,
can't
they had
Da
I
remember
think
who
they
R.J.
else
Vincio,
had
was in.
Barrett.
quickly. I think
Da
they had
Vincio,
quickly RJ Barrett,
Quickly, RJ
RJ
Bird.
Barrett.
Barrett.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You're right. You're
yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right. You're
they
right.
had
You're
a
right. You're
straight.
right.
They
You're
was
right.
mid as fuck,
Yeah, they had.
but
They
Yeah, they
was
had.
Julius
mid. They
Randle,
was mid. I ain't
Okay.
saying it
Randle
was all
still
that,
played
No,
bad
they
as
had an okay
hell though,
squad.
Brian.
You're right.
but he was the best player on the team. He averaged 24 points a game. I think he made the playoffs that year. He averaged 6 assists, 24 points, and 10
So how do
rebounds.
you disagree with me saying that he's not a winner?
Because he's none of these guys are winners until they win. Like
Right.
you can say that about anybody that they
But
won a championship yet, and he was
but
only 20,
how old
and
is
he's
he
still
now? How
young.
old is he now, though, Brian? How old is he now? Is he like in his late 30s? How old is he now? Early 30s? How old is he?
He's
I'm
not
saying
that
now,
old. He's
now,
like
now
20,
is
what,
Julius
Brian, it's
28?
like
Randle.
32, 33, man.
Now is Julius Randle's time to show that he can actually do something. He has a competent start in fucking Anthony Edwards. You got some solid role players when they hitting like against Denver. If they playing good, so you got a solid team. You got to show us something, bro. Because every time in the
Julius
playoffs,
is 30 years old.
he either got hurt
Oh, he's
or he
30?
just didn't play
Yeah.
good.
He was like he played a little older than the way he playing now. He played a little older.
He
And he
playing
was
good
playing
though.
for the Knicks. He played for the Knicks, and then he played for, now he's playing for Minnesota, another playoff team.
He playing good
Is it?
now.
He's decent. I mean, he's
He's
a
not
good
going to get
player,
any
but I'm
better.
just
Is
saying
it?
we let him go for nothing. Like
He'll
Knicks got
probably he'll
freaking
probably
Cat
give you
Williams.
20 and 10 this
Knicks got
What do
playoff,
you
Cat for
mean?
that
maybe
dude.
What do
28.
you mean they never go for nothing? Cat's better than Randall. What are you talking about?
No,
Didn't he get
I'm saying the Lakers got rid of him for nothing.
how? He went to New
No, not
Orleans
really.
for
Right. They
No, not
just
AD.
swapped.
really.
They didn't get a draft pick. They didn't get nothing. They didn't get a player in return. They didn't get nothing.
We
Yeah,
didn't
but
get he
Just
wasn't
he
in the
waited
wasn't
80
till
worth
trade.
nothing
28.
though. He wasn't worth nothing. He broke his leg. He wasn't worth nothing.
He played 3 years after that, bro. What are you talking about? He broke
I was
his
talking
leg his
about
rookie
I was talking about the
season.
same he got. Yeah, but he wasn't that same player. He's still not the same player now.
No.
Julius,
Am I right? Am I wrong? Is he the same player before he got hurt? Yes or no?
Yeah, he's better because he got hurt in his rookie season.
he's better.
He
I
got
don't think
hurt
he's
in his
better. I don't think
rookie
he's better.
season. He got hurt his first game of his rookie season.
Has he reached
He
his
missed the whole
window?
year for a
Has he
broken
reached his
leg.
ceiling?
Huh?
Has he reached his ceiling?
Yeah, I think he's probably reached his ceiling right now.
But
I
he's
would
still
say
good
he's
enough
reached
to
his
help win the
ceiling.
championship.
I mean, his 3-point shooting might get better, but I think he's reached his ceiling. But I'm not saying that we should have kept him. I'm just saying we didn't get nothing for him. I mean, I'm
Got
just
it.
showing you that the Knicks were able to get Cat for him. Like that shows what type of asset he was worth. That's why I try not to bring LeBron James into it because I think it's an organizational problem and not I don't think it's on LeBron.
Did we not get
But you keep
Anthony
saying
Davis?
with LeBron. And
Did we not get
I'm
Anthony
not saying
Davis?
about LeBron. I'm saying it's about about the front office. And
Did
I'm
we
saying
not get
about
Anthony Davis?
AD, we could have got AD the following year.
Yeah, but you talking about different version of Randall. Randall's not the same Randall who he was on the Lakers. Randall, he's a little better player on the Knicks. He was on the Lakers. You know, he went to the playoffs. Lakers, he didn't experience shit besides a broken leg.
He played
So it's
four
like
years with
they
the
really got
Lakers.
what
He
he's
played
worth.
4 years with the Lakers.
Yeah, but he not the
The first
same.
year
He's not the
the
same
first
player
year
what
he
he is on the
played
Knicks
one
though.
game. Wait, the first year he played one game. The second year he averaged 11 points and 10 rebounds. So he averaged a double double his first full season with the Lakers. And then he averaged 13 points the following year and 10 rebounds or 9 rebounds actually. And then he averaged 16 points his fourth and final year. And then he signed with the Pelicans and averaged 21 points. And then the next year he signed with the Knicks and he averaged 19 points, 24 points, 20 points, 25 points, 24 points, and now this year he's
Okay,
averaging
I get the
18 points.
stats. I get the stats wise, but is it bigger than the stats that he is on the Knicks than the Lakers? Is his stats better than the Knicks, right? Than the Lakers, right?
Yeah, but he was young. He was 22 years old. He was 23 years old his
Ooh.
final year with the Lakers. 23. He's only 23 years old off a rookie contract. Luke Walton was his coach.
So I
Ooh.
was saying his
Let's
trade
go.
value. I was saying his trade value was higher on the Knicks than it was on the Lakers.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he
but
wasn't
we
done
still
proving
could have
himself
got
yet.
something for
But that's
him.
what I'm saying.
We still could have got something. You don't just leave him outside like a couch. This dude is was a seventh pick in the draft,
We didn't get
Kentucky
Anthony
product,
Davis.
huh?
We didn't get Anthony Davis.
Yeah, we got Anthony Davis,
But why you keep saying that you
but
don't
we
get
didn't
rid
get
of him for
Anthony
nothing?
Davis until the following year. We didn't get Anthony Davis. We let Julius Randle go in summer of 2018.
To free up space for the move that we did in the season.
No, no,
Yes.
no.
Julius Randle got released in the offseason after LeBron came, right?
But that's why we don't have. That's why it's so hard to put talent on the team, Seven. That's why I'm telling you. That's what I'm trying to tell
No,
you.
no,
That's
no,
why
no,
we deal with
no.
these
You
dudes.
keep
That's
saying
why
that the Lakers
we've been thin.
got
We've
rid
been
of
so thin.
Julius Randle and got nothing for him. That is
We didn't.
ridiculous.
We didn't
We
get
got a
anything for
title.
him.
We got a title.
We got a title for Zubats too, and look what Zubats is doing.
What
We
is
got
Zubac?
Mike Muscala. We
Wait a
got
minute.
Mike Muscala for
What is
Zubats.
Zubac doing?
Well,
What
yeah,
is
what is he
Zubats
Zubac
doing?
killing
doing?
right now. Zubats just had 20
The
something
Yeah,
Clippers
rebounds.
are on the
yeah, but
play-in.
it took who to leave though. It took who to leave though.
What?
I said it took who to leave? Like the Clippers. It took Zubac. What he doing now? For
Kawhi ain't
Paul
been
George to leave, right?
playing. Paul George gone. He should
I
be.
mean,
His
who?
numbers
Yeah,
should be up.
yeah. I mean, who else is gonna step up? Like if we being honest, who else is gonna step up?
Zubac been
Kawhi been
balling like
hurt.
this for a while. He just hasn't had the production, but he been solid for a long time for
He
this
ain't
team.
had no impact on winning, and he been with the Clippers for a while.
Yeah, well,
This is about winning and losing.
Zubac been on the Clippers like 6 years now, 7 years now. So it's
Yeah,
like,
he when LeBron came, he was out. He went
yeah.
with
So
he was 19 when
it
LeBron
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I'm saying
or 20. He
like
was
it
20
took
when they
it
traded him.
took some years. It took some years for him to get where he is now. He's still a decent player. He's not a good player. He's a decent player.
Well, he's better than any center we've had since he left.
that's a lie. He ain't better than Dwight Howard.
He wasn't better than Dwight.
But we don't have Dwight
He
anymore.
wasn't better
But
than
I'm saying
Anthony
you said
Davis.
the
We've been looking
past. You
for
said
a
the
He
center. We
wasn't
don't
past.
better
have
than
one. We
Anthony
can't add
Davis.
one.
He ain't better than Vando.
Are you serious? Are you serious? He's fourth
He-
in the
Nah,
NBA.
I think he
He's
If
is
he
better
fourth
than
if
in the
Vando.
Vando
NBA in
I think he
rebounds.
is better than Vando.
if
I think he
Vando
better than
wasn't
Vando. I
hurt,
think he better than Vando.
I like
He's
Vando on
fourth
both
in the
ends of the
NBA,
floor.
I think Vando is good defensively, but I'm talking overall. I think Zubac is better.
who's ever complained about Clippers center? Who any Clipper fans you ever hear complaining about their center saying they need an upgrade?
That's because nobody think they're gonna go far. That's why
Nobody talks about the
haven't talked
Clippers.
about them.
I'm talking about Clippers. I'm talking about people saying they need a center. They don't say that. They've been saying that about the Lakers for like 5 years now. They've been saying
Yeah, I
Yeah,
we
mean,
need a
because
center.
the
you know,
Clippers doesn't
They've
have a
been saying
center to
we
win
need
a
a center.
championship.
We need a center. We need a center.
yeah,
Clippers have never said haven't said that since they
but
got
but but
Zubac.
I mean, just by default though, Brian, when these conversations was happening with the Lakers, we didn't even have a 7-footer on the roster, but Anthony Davis, and the center is not his true
And
position.
that's because of management. That's because of front office. That's because of the front office. Again, I'm not bringing LeBron into this. I'm talking about the front office. Y'all the
Yes, you
ones.
did.
You the ones
You
seven
just
that
brought
keep
the late.
saying with
See,
LeBron, with LeBron. I'm
you
not
being a
blaming
hypocrite right
LeBron.
now.
Who you blaming? Rob Pelinka for the
I'm
Lakers
blaming Magic and Rob Pelinka
for what? For
for
getting rid of some
the
guys to win a
roster, for the
championship?
current roster. I mean, we are so blessed to have Luca. Actually, because if we
We
didn't have Luca, we'd really
we
be.
literally up by 18 on the number one team in their house, and you
And I
talking about
literally just said we blessed to have Luca.
now we blessed to have Luca. In the first quarter, you was concerned about Luca. You
Well,
didn't know
that's because
nothing
I'm
about Luca.
scouting him. I'm scouting him.
You riding that wave now. You see what we
I'm
doing.
scouting Luca. I'm trying to see what type of team we got. I'm scouting Luca
Okay.
because I never
Laker
really
man.
watched him play.
Okay,
I
Laker
mean,
man.
I've heard
About the
about
topic
him,
you said earlier.
huh?
What?
I saw Laker man. He said about Luca being better than AD.
Luca being better
I
than
don't know
AD?
about that. I
No,
don't
like
know
like a
about that. They're
better
two different
trade.
positions.
I don't think it was a better. I don't think that was a good trade for the Lakers.
So if
No.
we could go back in time, you wouldn't green like the deal.
No.
Hmm.
I probably would still
I,
because
I, I think I
that
think
20
I
that
think they should have
age is
gave
that
him.
age
They should have gave AD what he was looking for.
having that age is like important. Having that young player. But he looked, I was concerned about his weight though. I was like, dang.
I'm gonna just say, like, part of me, I agree, Justo. Like, I do feel LeBron and AD should have got one more chance.
Yeah.
They should have got one more known chance. Like, nothing should have been blindsided. But by Luca being from another country, that international money, like, it's a money thing. Like, yo, Luca just does something for the team that Anthony Davis could never do.
See, that's
And
the
Yeah,
it's
part. That's the
I
part.
get
That's
it.
the
I
part
get
that I
it.
don't like,
I get
man.
it. It's
Y'all,
like a
I don't want to hear that.
but
I
that's
don't
the
want to hear
yeah,
bottom
but
about
I
line.
ticket
get it.
ticket
I get
sales
it.
and who
It's
sells
a
the most
popularity.
jerseys.
I guess
That-
it's a popularity thing. But like team contending wise, I don't think it was smart. That was a smart move by the Lakers.
And but popularity is just a I don't popularity it's the right word to use, but it's the wrong word to use because it ain't even about popularity. Everybody know who the Lakers are. Luca being the superstar, the generational superstar, the international superstar that he is, brings money and business that the Lakers as an organization would never be able to tap into, the NBA never be able to tap into if it was Anthony Davis. Just by default, just because of who he how he because he's born, because where he's from. Because he's not from here, he's that much of an asset to doors that'll be able to be open in all these other countries. No matter how great Anthony Davis played for the Lakers, them doors would never been open. So it's just like they
Yeah, but
would have been a
come
fool to,
you coming from like a franchise popularity like standpoint. You coming like actually contending like talent wise. I get Luca. You know he is what he is, but like that Golden State and that Boston game, I learned a lot from Luca. It's like he don't perform well under pressure.
but what about
Like his like his IQ at a certain point is like he could become selfish or something. You know? And for them, they can't afford that.
but I can say the same thing about the availability of Anthony Davis. Because soon after the trade to Dallas, he went down. So what if he would have stayed in LA and got hurt? Then what we'd have been saying? Because if the tables were
I get what you're
turned, if the
saying.
tables were turned and we kept AD, and if AD went down and then LeBron went down, the Lakers wouldn't even be here right now.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get it. But
Basketball
it's
wise,
like,
I wouldn't be mad.
but we have to be honest. We have to be honest. Are we that that much better without AD?
I
If we be honest,
I can't. I'm gonna say this. This is if you would have asked me before, bro, I would have said I don't know. What Luca presence has done for these teammates is contagious. All this 3-point shooting shit, this is Luca's presence. This is that shit rubbing off on people, bro. Anthony Davis's had nothing like his defensive presence at time did rub off on teammates and they had good defensive games, but Anthony Davis just doesn't have that aura that's gonna rub off
Damn
on
right.
people. Look what this nigga Luca's doing, bro. That's Luca magic. He got these niggas playing Gabe. All these niggas are playing way better. Like Anthony Davis just respectfully just don't have that sauce. And that's
so do
just
you
what it
think
is.
so do you think Luca make his teammates better? Uh,
I think Luca definitely makes his teammates better because Luca, his presence instills confidence in these guys. When you play with a lot of superstars, you sometimes like I can imagine playing with LeBron. You gotta sometimes make sure you're doing everything right. It gotta be a lot of pressure. It might not be fun all the time. There gotta be pressure playing with Luca, yo. But Luca is just he he makes every look how comfortable he got these Lakers.
but I think Luca I think LeBron's kind of putting pressure on Luca too. So, but it's a good pressure because it's forcing him to be good and be great.
He's putting pressure on Luca to take to feel like he at home now. Don't come in here acting like you the visitor and trying to figure out what we doing. You do what you do, and we gonna follow you. We gonna work around you. LeBron is forcing that into Luca, and that's key because what Luca brings to the table is just so contagious. Austin Reeves has been playing good all season, but look how good these motherfuckers are playing. You can't find me a player on this Lakers team that is struggling because of Luca. You don't see nobody minutes getting taken away because of Luca. No one's game is being compromised because of Luca. Dalton Connect not getting a lot of play. That's a beef with him and Coach Reddit. But Jay, I
Okay, since
mean,
we're on the Lakers, how you think Maxie Cleaver is going to fit in with the Lakers? 'Cause I heard, I've been hearing his name for like past 2 days.
Who?
Maxi Cleaver.
Oh, well, he's a big that could stretch the floor.
6 fouls.
I
That's how he fit
yeah,
in. 6
I
fouls.
think he should get some. I think he should get some minutes too. He more of a stretch big.
I don't know what type of impact he's going to have. He's not going to have no opportunity to be able to play with this team chemistry wise. I'm looking at when Brian talked about the physicality in the playoffs. He's just going to be a guy that's just going to be needed for a body. I don't see him.
Yeah, that's a good thing though. That's a good thing because Jackson Hayes getting in foul trouble. You know who else is gonna step up?
Well,
They
where's
don't.
Christian
They
Coloco?
took Davidson minutes. They're not playing for
Coloco's a
local.
two-way player
Why did they?
They
I don't
just
understand that. Why did they have him on a 2-way when he was brought in to save Anthony Davis?
because they brought in Goodwin
because
instead, who's
they didn't
replacing
convert
like
his they
who's
didn't convert his contract.
they brought
I
in
think you
Goodwin
only signed
instead.
one role player. You only signed one role player. I mean
They
one
brought
two
in
way
Josh
player.
Goodwin, who's like a defensive guard, which is something we need too. So
No, Josh Goodwin was needed, but we got rid of Cam Reddish.
right,
I think Cam confidence was gone. If we've been honest, I think it was gone.
Cam has been traded 6 times in the last 4 seasons. He's played for 5 teams in the last 4 years, I believe.
yeah.
Yeah, but he been traded, but he haven't been like traded back to the same team in the same season. Like
And he
it's
only
kind of
20
awkward.
some years old.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was kind of awkward between the Lakers and Cam. I think it was kind of awkward. Like it's like I feel like he didn't want to be there. He
Well,
didn't connect.
Justo, wasn't he in the trade with
Yeah, for Mark
Dalt?
Williams. Yeah. No, for Mark, yeah, he was. Yeah,
So I mean, that probably was the straw on the hat for him. Because remember, when the trade had got deaded, Cam didn't immediately return. He was out some games for personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
he probably was
But
done. Like, man,
I
fuck
heard
that.
he had like a little girl. He had a baby.
No, what you call him had the baby.
DFS.
Yeah, DFS had the baby and was
Yeah,
out for a couple games.
Cam had a kid. Cam had a baby too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a little girl.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, that's why they say a personal reason. He
I didn't know he
had
had
a
the
little
baby.
girl.
Damn. Well, I liked Cam.
How many points Gilgis Alexander got?
Man, I can't
Shea,
believe the Lakers
he
whooping
got
their ass right now.
21.
Yeah, I can't believe the Lakers whooping their ass right now. This bad
This is crazy.
Yeah,
On
I
the
don't know.
road,
I
too.
don't. Yeah, that's crazy.
We play him
at
again with day
home.
after tomorrow.
I think we play him tomorrow.
It's back-to-back nights.
Yeah, they play tomorrow too.
Ooh.
That's what I said. They fucked the schedule this year. They had like a lot of teams, good team playing back to back with each other. I don't know who the hell made this year's schedule. They need to fix it next year.
I think it was those extra games that we had to make up for the fire. Oh, they played Tuesday.
Hey, I have a question for y'all.
Yo,
Hey, so do y'all think Kobe and Jordan would have been successful in LeBron's era, like his era of competition,
Hell yeah. Why wouldn't they be?
and facing the Golden State Warriors, they dynasty.
Why wouldn't they be?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah, why
You
wouldn't
forgot
they
who they
be? Why
had? They
wouldn't
had
they be
KD, they
successful?
had Clay, they had Draymond, they had Cousin at a particular season. They,
Look, I can't explain to you, but those guys were good back in the day. I can't explain it to you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you just go look at their highlights, if you go look at Kobe's highlights, he had a hand in his face on all his shots.
Kobe,
Yeah. Like he had a hand like dead in his face. And if you look at Jordan's highlights,
same thing.
no, he leapt high as hell and he would shoot over everybody because he had that hop. And
LeBron
if you
does
look
that
oh
at
too.
no,
if you look at if
I'm
you
not talking about them offense. I'm talking about like overall, like them guarding other players too. Like I don't think that like back in the day, talent is what it is right now.
I look, dude, it's different because they changed the rules and they got you guys playing differently. But you got to look at the all defensive teams. Like you got Jordan with like 9 all defensive teams. You got Kobe with like 10 all defensive teams, I believe.
Mhm.
So you got to look at, are there any guards that are making all defensive teams, and what are they doing as guards?
What nowadays?
Yeah, like if you like, are there
You
any
got guard,
guards?
you
But
got
you got to
guard
take
making
into
defensive team. You
consideration the
got guard,
time.
Like
yeah, you got
okay,
guards
so
there
you
making
like
defensive team.
look at Eric Bledsoe, right? Is he
Right,
making all defensive teams? Or no, Eric? No,
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday. He making all defensive teams, right?
Right,
Yeah, he made one. Yeah, he made one.
Okay, and you look at Derek White. He making all defensive teams.
Yes.
Okay, so then you look at those guys and then just say, okay, that's how those guys are playing on defense. So
mhm.
that's how Kobe and Jordan played on defense. And then just add the offensive to it. Add any offensive guy in right now.
But you can't do it that way.
Why not?
The level of competition at guard is more challenging now than it was back in the day.
Exactly. Thank you, Lakeland. Thank you. Exactly.
You only got a handful of guard. When you talk about Kobe being an All NBA defender for 11 times, first team 9 times, very true. But who was he having to guard? There's, I mean, you got the Tracy McGrady's. You got some guys out there that was. It's just too
Yeah, they
many
all
out here
got
now.
their points, and
A-
they all
A-
got their points,
AI
just like they get
AI
their.
was cooking. AI was cooking Kobe
Yeah,
in the finals when
but
they played.
Yeah, but they
but it's
didn't
only a
win.
handful
They
of
didn't
names.
win.
You got 30 teams in the NBA, and at least 20 of them got a star guard.
Man,
Or
come on, these guys ain't that good. I mean, they're
huh?
good. They're good, but
Hold on, we
they
can run
look
down every team's
look
guards, and you
you.
mean to tell me these guys are not better than the
No, they're
guards?
not. They just play different. They just play different.
Wow.
I mean, Kobe pressed Curry all up and down the court. Just for Curry to bump him and shoot a three
Give
in his
me
face.
Curry
Brian.
was in his
You,
Give
prime.
Brian.
Kobe
you
was
remember
past
that?
his
Give
prime.
me the
You remember
top
Kobe
that?
was
10
past his
guards.
prime when that happened,
Give me the top 10
and Curry
guards.
was in his prime.
Give me the top 10 guards of the early 2000s.
Kobe was
The
still
90
Kobe. Kobe was
the,
still Kobe.
the 90s and the early 2000s.
Well, I would go Kobe.
Mhm.
I would go. If you want to go 90s, you got to put Jordan in there.
Jordan,
98.
Kobe.
And if you want to go Tracy McGrady,
Mhm.
you want to go Reggie Miller.
Okay.
You want to go, who else was good? The Smiths, Steve Smiths.
What's Smiths?
Uh, huh?
What's Smiths?
Steve Smith.
I thought Steve Smith was like a small forward.
He was a guard. He was a two guard.
Okay.
He was a guard too. Steve Smith.
Okay.
Let's see who else was good. Bonzi Wells was good.
No. These guys not stars. Bonzi
He
Wells was
said
no
he
star.
said Smith before Grant Hill. That's crazy. He said Smith
Well,
before
no,
Grant Hill.
well Grant Hill was good too, but I'm just trying to think.
But but you see how you only giving me about 5-6 names, all
Well,
legitimate guys, right? But when I
Latrell
go,
Sprewell, Latrell Sprewell,
no,
he
no,
was
no,
a
no,
guard.
no,
Man, stop it.
Stephon
no,
Marbury,
no.
Stephon Marbury,
You tripping?
Darren Williams, Stephon Marbury,
If I
Deron
run down the
Williams,
guards in the late
Jason
2000s,
Kidd, Kerry Kittles.
these guys are not stars, bro. They're
Who
not
else?
even all
Man,
stars.
they have not matched up with today's guard. I'm sorry.
Kyrie's and
You
Ja
said role players now.
Morant's and I mean,
What
come
do you
on, bro.
mean, John Morant,
James
Allen
Harden,
Iverson? What's the difference?
James Harden. I mean, even Russell Westbrook won a MVP,
But they
averaging
changed
triple
the
double,
rules, man. Can
averaging
we get
triple double.
players?
They changed the rules.
Yeah, they changed the rules. The rule
Well,
changes.
Man, the rules not that much changed. It's not.
yeah,
They
I
It's
need
are
to
just
they
less
are
know
changed.
physicality.
There's no hand checking.
what rule.
Everything's downhill. They spread the floor out. They don't
So,
have big men in the lane anymore.
but
Man, that's
again,
just
your
the evolution. That's like the
opposition.
evolution of the game. The rules
Yeah,
have
that's what
not
I'm
changed.
saying. The evolution is the game, but
No,
the
you said the
rules change
rules.
to make
You
the
said the rules.
evolution.
What
You
about the
said the
players,
rules.
though, Brian?
Yeah, the rules change.
What about the players? You don't think
What about?
athleticism? You don't think athleticism and technology has helped players get stronger and faster and smarter than back in the day?
I don't think it's helped them get smarter. No, because I
Really?
think because they don't practice as much. So now the practice is now you seeing them practice during the regular season.
They don't
Before you never
practice as
saw.
much.
Yeah, they don't practice as much now. So now the practice is happening on the court during regular season play. So you get the plays a lot more sloppier than it used to be
Where
because
you
the
getting the
teams
information that the NBA teams don't practice as much?
they don't. I mean, I just heard them say it the other day. I heard LeBron say it the other day. They don't practice as much.
He don't practice as much.
No, the teams don't. The teams
So
don't.
the
They don't
teams don't
scrimmage
have
like they used to.
practices 3-4 days a week like they used to.
I don't know how much they said they don't practice like they used to. And Isaiah said that about the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I believe they
So
don't
he
practice as
even said that
intense.
about the Cleveland.
I believe they
Isaiah
don't
Thomas
practice
said
as
that.
intense. They might not
Huh?
practice as intense as they used to, but I still believe the schedule and the routine remains the same. You in the gym every day. You on that should
You in the
never
gym
change.
every day because that's where you work. But they said specifically that they don't practice as much. Isaiah Thomas specifically said they don't practice when he was in
Isaiah
Cleveland.
Thomas, who?
Isaiah Thomas in Cleveland when he played for the Cleveland Cavaliers when they traded him for Isaiah Thomas.
Mhm. I don't know. I see the Lakers in the facility every day.
They're in the facility, they're shooting, they're putting up shots, but
That's
they're not
practice.
scrimmaging like they used to.
Well, I mean, I guess that
Maybe I should be saying scrimmaging. You know, like running up and down 5-on-5, B team versus A team. Maybe that's what they don't do as much. Maybe that's what they're talking about.
because I
But
think
they're
that
the
would
ones
increase the.
saying it. I'm not saying it. They're the ones saying it.
But isn't that smarter?
I don't know. Is it?
I would think so. Like in football, I mean, I would hope that you wouldn't have as much contact in practice as you would in a game. I mean, the chances of somebody getting hurt.
But you said they're better. So if they're not practicing as much, then how could they be better?
Just because you practice more than me at something, don't mean that you're better than me. If I have a God
Well,
gift, you
just
can
because
practice
it's
all
20
day.
years difference between the time I played and the time you played don't mean that you better than me.
I just look at the overall thing when you talked about Bill Russell and how great you felt Bill Russell was, and I'm always going to bring up the fact, who the hell was he going against?
He was going against the elite players in the world at that
No,
time.
no, no. There was nothing elite about the guys that
It
Bill
was
Russell was
everything was
playing against
elite
other
about
than
them.
Walt.
It was all elite. They
He
all
wasn't
played. They
facing
all
no
played.
David Robinsons and Patrick Ewings and
Oh my
Akeems and
God!
Tim
Yes, he
Duncans.
was. Yes, he was. Yes, he
Stop.
was.
Yo, stop.
Talent is better now than it was in the past.
Easily coaching every these guys are
It's
stronger
different.
weight.
It's different. It's different.
It's different because it's all right. All right. I hate to use the word better because it's very
It's
opinionated.
different. Like it's different. Like these guys don't have a chance to do what y'all do, what they doing today. Because their bodies are broken down or they're dead.
Who? These guys
The
or the
guys
guys
from the
that
old
sniff
days, their
cocaine?
bodies are broken
Well,
down
they
or
were
they're
cocaine
dead.
users. They were cocaine users.
So they can't get on the court and go out there with their 18-year-old bodies and go run a season of AAU ball because they're dead.
They were drug
If
users.
they were like transferred in time to this area at age like 16 years old and they played summer league or AAU ball, you going to tell me they wouldn't develop into these players that they have today? Yes, they would.
I believe that there'll be opportunity. I think a lazy person is
Like,
going
how
to
do
be
you take a
lazy.
guy like Bill Russell,
Hmm.
who ran track, who
Hmm.
high jumped, who had a 48-inch vertical,
Right.
put him in today's day where they go where big men handle the ball.
Right.
They was already calling Bill Russell a point center in '57. They called him a point center.
Right.
So imagine what they would call him today
No,
if
you're
he could dribble
totally
the ball and handle the
disregarding.
ball and
This
he
is
was
what you're
doing all that
doing.
stuff.
This is what you're doing, Brian. You're totally disregarding the opposition. You would literally have to bring them same white boys, and I don't mean to say this racially or disrespectfully because that's not how I get down. But you have to bring those same players that Bill Russell was facing in this era, and then have something to say about that. I don't care if you put a prime Bill Russell in the 90s and the 2000s and let him catch up to the technology. He's still got to face the Shaquille O'Neals of the world. That, it, that's not gonna. That's not gonna. He's never gonna have the same stat lines he finished with playing against them guys he played with before.
Bill Russell played Wilt Chamberlain 143 games in his career. So you're going to tell me Wilt Chamberlain don't compare to the guys today? You're going to tell me Wilt Chamberlain who couldn't wedge and put his shoulder into people, who had to fade away or else it would be called an offensive foul for his
Wilt
whole
is
career,
Wilt.
who
Wilt
had
is
to do
one of
fadeaway jumpers
Wilt
his
is
whole
one of the
career?
elite. Wilt is one of
Huh?
the elite. No doubt.
And
No
yeah, and
doubt.
he had to play against him 143 times in their
How?
career. Has LeBron James? How many times have LeBron James played against Kevin Durant?
A lot.
Man, they played against each other too many times, man.
A lot.
That's a lot.
LeBron James
You
played
going back?
against Kevin
Yeah.
Durant 43 times.
Look
43
how
times.
many. Hold on, Brian. This is why you
LeBron James
always
played against Kevin Durant 43 times.
but you do you like to give
Bill Russell
incomplete
played against
stories. How
Bill
many
Russell played
teams
against Wilt Chamberlain
in a
143
in a in
times.
a league that had 8 teams though?
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. If
So
this
it's
league had
easier.
8 teams a day, that means he'd be seeing KD every other night. But he doesn't.
He's
It's
not, but
spread out.
he's not seeing KD every other night, but he has to see Kawhi. Then he has to see this person and that person and this person and that person. You make it seem like it's just those two guys, either LeBron and KD. What he doesn't have to get in Kevin Durant, he's got to get from 28 other teams who got a superstar on him. Bill Russell was dominating in a team full of guys that were smaller than him in a league that only had 8 teams.
Because all the best teams were all scrunched up and it was only 8 teams. The league was young. It was new.
Man, you try to justify the past. You can't justify the past. It's only
I'm
three.
not
There's
justifying
only
the
three
past, but
players
Bill Russell got
that was
11
that.
rings. What's there to justify? He got 11 rings.
Yeah,
So
What's there to
in a
justify?
no competitive league.
thank you.
It was
He's
competitive.
not getting no 11 rings if he started his career in the 80s. No
He
way.
He
might
not.
not,
Yeah,
but that don't
he
mean
not
he
reaching on
wouldn't
11
have
rings. I'm
5.
sorry.
That don't mean he wouldn't have 5.
He
He
wouldn't
That
ain't
ain't
don't
got
mean he
five.
wouldn't
I
how,
say
have
at least
6.
four.
how he
I
getting
say at least
5?
four.
Why wouldn't he
I
get
say at
5?
least four. I
Why
say at
wouldn't
least
he get
four.
6? He got 11 in
Hell
With
no.
Dallas.
Boston?
Why wouldn't he be able to do what Magic did and
Man,
get
he's
5?
six
Why wouldn't he
nine.
be
What are
able
you
to do
talking about?
what Kareem did and
Man,
get
Bill
6?
Russell is 6'9".
Yeah, but he dribbled the ball. He was a ball handler.
Yeah, but
He was a ball
so
handler.
you gotta go back to his talent wise. You don't think nobody's gonna guard how he's playing?
They can't guard LeBron now. What makes you think they could
But
guard Bill
Russell is not
Russell if he's
LeBron.
dribbling the ball around
Russell is
6'10"?
not LeBron. Russell
Huh?
is
Russell's
not
never
LeBron.
had the
We all know that.
athleticism of LeBron James.
Oh my God, you guys are sick.
Really?
He had a 48-inch
LeBron is
vertical.
dunking
What are you
over
talking
Bill
about?
Russell.
So
LeBron
Bill
hold
is
on.
Russell
dunking
was
over
a
Bill
track
So
Russell.
so
star.
Brian, you're sitting up here trying to tell us that this man was as athletic as LeBron James was?
Yeah.
Man, he getting his
Man,
ass dunked on. I'm telling you
y'all
now,
don't
he
know.
getting his
Y'all
ass
act
dunked
like
on.
athleticism just it was invented in 2000.
Can
Like,
you imagine what Shaquille O'Neal would do to Bill Russell? Yo?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. You gotta think about that.
My God.
what was Hakeem doing to freaking Shaq?
Oh, treating him.
Okay, then what makes
Yeah,
you think
treating his
Bill
ass.
Russell
I was
can't
like,
do the
yeah,
same
treating
thing?
him. Cause
What makes you
when
think Bill
Kareem
Russell
got
can't do the same thing?
when Kareem got the lead, that shit was over with.
So you're comparing Bill Russell offensive game to Elijah One's offensive game?
Well, he would have to be more offensive because he wouldn't be able to dominate defensively because they moved in the 3-point line. So he'd have to adjust his game and play more offense.
He doesn't
He
even
didn't have
possess
to
that
play as
skill
much
set.
offense back then because everything was kind of crunched. Like they didn't have the 3-point line. It wasn't as stretched out. So he didn't have to. He was able to dominate more on the inside and defensively. But if he had to play a little more offense, he'd have a better offensive game, I'm sure. But his offensive game was fine.
Versus who?
He averaged 15 points a game, and
Versus
they
who?
won 11 championships.
Versus
Like,
who?
That's cool.
Versus who?
You keep saying 11
Well, the first one he
championships.
won,
That's the past.
first one he won was versus Bob Pettit, who regularly went for 50 points at times. He was a high
Against
scorer
who?
guy.
Again, that league was not.
He's one of those
He's
white
talking
guys
about Bob
you talking
Pettit.
about.
Bob Pettit's not even top 75. You mentioned Bob like he's top 75.
He is top 75.
No, he's not.
Bob Pettit ain't top 75?
No, he's not.
Are you sure?
Go. Are you sure? You asked me, I'm not sure.
No, I didn't say he was top 75. You said he was
No.
not.
You
You
said
did say he was
Bob.
top
No, but you
75.
Yeah,
I didn't
give
give
him
him
all
all
these
these. I said
props.
he regularly went for 50.
That league was so small, man.
I was saying, who the hell is Bob Pettit? I don't know. I don't remember who he is.
I just don't want to disrespect
He
Bill
is
Russell,
on the
but
top
just-
75. See, y'all talking.
He is.
He is. Man,
I ain't mad
What
at
he was
that.
there, guard?
he averaged
What was
26
he?
points and 16 rebounds
Woo!
for his career.
Okay.
6'9".
What year did he play? What years did he play?
He played from let me see. He played
smell
11
60s.
years
I smell
from
60s.
1955 to 1965.
Mm.
And he
I
won
think-
2 MVPs.
yeah.
He won 2 MVPs, Rookie of the Year.
Damn, he was a
One,
bad
two,
boy.
Let's see,
Yeah, he
11-time
was.
All-Star, 2-time
It
scoring
sounds like
champ,
it.
Damn.
4-time All-Star MVP, 2-time MVP. Let's see, he's got a couple other MVPs. I don't know what these are.
You just have to convince me,
two-time
Brian,
scoring
that you
champ.
could take that man and put him in this
Bro,
era and
y'all don't
produce
know
the
Yeah,
same
Bob
exactly.
resume.
Pettit
You
is.
can't. Yeah, you can't.
I don't
You can't
understand
put
why
that in
you
this
think
era.
they can't, man.
Y'all
I don't
don't know who
understand.
Bob Pettit is.
I don't
I
know Bob
understand.
Petty. I don't believe Bob Cousy would have the impact on
Yeah.
today's game like this, like he
He
had.
wouldn't. Bob
Of course
Pettit
y'all
was-
don't,
Bob
because
Pettit
y'all
was
don't
getting
know.
buckets, though.
Of course
Nah,
y'all don't,
you
because
got
that's
you
not
got
the
to think
narrative.
about
The
you got
narrative
to
is,
think about defensive offensive IQ nowadays compared to old school
Yes.
back in
man,
the day.
these niggas
They
ain't doing
playing.
nothing
They
different.
doing up.
These niggas ain't doing
play
nothing
with their
different
back.
but copying the
back
guys
to-
that they see on TV, which is what the old dudes would do here.
Nah, all they was
These
doing back
dudes
then.
is
was
running. Man, come on, man, come on. They get
all
to
they
travel.
doing
Have you guys seen the video, the Euro step video?
Man, all they were doing was drill up the court. They got that back to you.
Have you guys seen
do
the
that
Euro
this year,
step?
You do that.
Have
do
you
that now,
guys
you
seen
get
the
that shit
Euro
real.
step video?
By who?
About when they showed like all the players in the past doing Euro steps and getting called for traveling?
Who special?
Like,
Who made it hot though?
No, I'm saying,
Ginobili.
have you guys seen a
Ginobili.
Euro step getting called for traveling in the NBA? Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, there's video footage of players like Dominique Wilkins, and I can't think of any other players, but they show the players and they're doing it in the open court. They're literally doing a Euro step and laying the ball in and getting called for traveling.
And what's your point?
And it's legal to do that now.
So that makes the game softer.
No, I didn't say that. Quit putting words in my mouth.
I'm
just trying to say
asking, what's the
it's
point of
different.
you bringing this up? Like who is dominating the game
do things
off
that
of Euro
you guys
step?
do on the court because the rules didn't allow it, not because they couldn't do it.
But Euro stepping ain't dominating this game. Don't nobody talk about Euro
Yeah.
since
Yeah,
Ginobili
James
gone.
Harden made a career. James Harden, Euro step. Come on,
James Harden
Man,
made a
James Harden do a lot more than
step
Euro
back.
stepping.
Step
I'm not
back.
Never
saying
done
that's
that.
all he do, but come on,
Ginobili
that's
is
his
the
base.
Euro guy.
Everybody's doing the Euro step. It's not just James Harden.
It's a
Everybody's
move.
doing it.
It's a
It's a
move, yeah.
universal move. I mean, you're supposed
But
to.
it was
But
illegal back then, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. You say these guys are better.
well, what about the
Now,
Allen Iverson
I'm just
crossover?
using
What
one
about the Allen
example.
Iverson
all you is
crossover?
pinpoint is how small minded,
The
how back
referees
in they
were.
was.
Thank you.
They were that small minded, bro. They that small minded. You
What
gotta
about
actually
the
you gotta actually do your homework on certain moves.
what about the crossover for Allen Iverson, Brian? When they felt like that was a Curry, that's an advantage. Why you ain't bringing
Yeah,
that up?
yeah, I'm glad.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I just said one sentence. I mean,
No, but I mean, there's examples from all eras, but you want to vilify the new era
I'm
when
not vilifying. See, that's
you
the thing. I'm not vilifying.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that the guys in the old days could play with the guys in the new days.
and do you
That's all
believe
I'm
Hell
that
saying.
no, hell no.
they could duplicate
See,
the
that's
same
y'all the ones
resume?
vilifying.
Do you
Y'all the
believe they
ones
could
vilifying.
do
Y'all
you
trying
be-
to say I'm vilifying.
do you believe
Y'all
that
the
they
ones
could duplicate the
vilifying.
same resume in today's game?
Huh?
Do you believe they could duplicate the same type of resume in today's game?
Yeah, they could. Yeah,
What?
they could. Yeah,
Because we
they
had this
could.
conversation about how many titles, if niggas could win at least
Yeah,
half of the
exactly.
titles in this era, then like I could respect it. But Bill Russell
And
ain't
that,
winning no 11 titles and none of
no,
that
he
shit.
ain't winning 11 probably, but he probably win
And
5 or
Jordan
6. How many DPOIs would
Jordan
he
Dash went
win?
on 6 titles in a row. He definitely went on 6 titles in a row. So
And if Jerry West,
Jordan
all they
didn't
can
win
do, they can
6
make.
titles in a row.
No, he's not winning on 6 titles in a row. No, he's not.
Jerry
No, he
West
went 3 peats twice.
is not becoming the logo losing that many finals in today's game. He'll never be the logo.
They needed a logo. Like they needed a logo at the time.
Need LeBron.
I'll tell you, this generation, that Bulls team is gonna take more than Jordan to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
They had more than Jordan.
Who else did they have?
They
They
had
had
role players.
they
They
had
had
Pitt. Nah,
they
I'm talking
dominated
about
the
main
paint. They
superstars.
dominated the paint, so they had a better front court. They dominated the paint and they were athletic and they were defensive. So they would trap you and they would defend.
So I'm talking about this. So do you think it translates to this day and age? That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
You think the triangle offense will be successful in this game?
Yes,
Hell
it would
no.
be.
But they should
Oh
know that shit.
man.
They should know that shit, man. They should know what Kobe and them. They drive it to the lane. They don't got no athletic big to stop them.
You guys don't even have any bigs in this NBA.
Yeah,
What
you
you mean?
pull
You got
Shaq out. You
Embiid, you
pull
got
Shaq out. You
Jokic,
got a shot.
you got Cat. Like what are you talking about? Athletic.
Yeah, that's those few ones you got.
Then
I'm talking about
and then they center the Bulls center got to play defense. So he got to come up to the 3-point line.
they just play different today. That's all I'm trying to say.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a different area of
But I'm not
basketball.
saying it's
What I don't
better
think
or
old
worse.
school's
I'm
gonna.
just saying it's different. Y'all want to say it's better.
Why?
I'm just
Yeah, it's
saying
It is
this is the
better.
way
better.
they
Yeah, it's
play
better.
now.
Why
It
you
is
can't say
better.
it's better, Brian?
What I like about it is the range. What I think is better is the range of the threes. Like everybody shoots from range now.
No,
That's what
I
I
What
think
think
about
is
about
the
the
better.
definition.
athleticism?
Yeah.
Athleticism,
What
they're
about
all
that?
running downhill, man. They're all running
No, I'm
down.
talking about these and ones, these tough challenging shots, bro. That
Man,
takes a
they've been
lot.
doing that for years, man.
No. Michael has been doing like guys that has been known to have
Yeah,
hang time.
Michael,
Come on,
What
Brian.
about
AI.
Connie Hawkins?
He's so disrespectful, yo.
What about Connie Hawkins? Who
You
got
got guys like Wimby,
what about
7 foot.
Dr.
Look what
J? What
Wimby
about
doing.
Dr.
Wimby,
J? What about Elgin
man.
Baylor?
What about who?
What about Jerry West? They was already doing
Man,
Oh
all they
man.
was doing judo the cup with their back turned, with their back turned to you. That's all they was doing.
Yep,
that was
yep,
one
yep.
particular time. That was one
That's
particular
Nah,
Bob Cousy
move.
game. That was Bob Cousy
That's
game.
one particular move. No, now what about the
Gary Payton was doing it.
what about transition? What about transition
Mark Price
basketball?
was
Magic Johnson was
doing it.
doing it.
Mark Price did it.
Yeah, they
John
all was doing
Stockton
it.
did
All
it.
the guards was doing it.
Yep.
Not when you were doing a fast break. You weren't doing
It's
that.
a
Not in
fast break.
transition.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a
fast
fast
break.
break.
Yeah, so they weren't doing that the whole game then.
But a
No,
lot
we
of
talking
teams
about
wasn't
no.
fast paced like that.
And
That's what made
they
the
do
Lakers so special.
transition today, and they did transition in the 50s.
Yeah, they don't
So
do a
what's the
period
difference
this day and age.
between
They
the
don't do a
transition
period.
game?
They don't do a period this
Oh,
day and
these
age.
guys much faster than like the John Stocktons and the Jeff Hornaceks and the Mark Prices. These young what?
Why you only naming the white folks? How come you're not
I mean,
naming
those
Tim
were the
He said
Hardaway,
guards,
what?
wasn't
Mahmoud
it?
Abdul
They were the
Rauf?
point
How
guards.
come you're not naming Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, Tim Hardaway,
Stuttering
Avery
Stanley.
Bradley?
The UTEP
Who
two
else?
step. I mean,
Who else?
yeah, that's some guys. I mean, I name guys
Nick
who
Van Exel.
who go to the champ. I name guys who go
Robert
to the
Pack.
finals.
Yeah, but they
Stockton,
always doing that though. The players tonight, they always doing that. They all coming up the court with their back to you. They not putting a move on you and they shooting the ball. No, they not. They coming
and
down
they'll
there
do that shit
always.
Yeah, so
94
They
they
all,
were
feet. If you
allowed to
picking them up,
handshake.
they'll
So
do
they
that
had
shit
they
94
had the
feet.
back. They were allowed to hand check you.
which is a foul. Let's say that which is a foul.
Yep, you ain't bring that up.
I'm telling you, you make it seem like you can compete in the '90s. If they push your ass in the crowd, you're not playing no more.
What?
That's what
Guys
they was
were put
doing. That's what they
guys
was
were
doing.
put in the
That's how
game
hard
just
play
to
they was
do that.
playing.
Yep.
They push your ass to the announce table. They push you to the stands. They make your nose bleed. They make your eye bleed off of one play.
Man, it wasn't that rough
Man, yes, they was, man.
now. It wasn't.
You gotta be young. You gotta be young. You got to.
Man, come on, dude. I was watching. Let's see.
So,
I saw George Lynch get a concussion when
and
that dude
Vince Carter was vouching. He said
J.R. Reed hit
back in the
him
day,
in
how
the
the game
head.
was played, a lot of that thing they doing was a
But
foul back then.
nobody really. It was always a player that had a mask on in the NBA. Somebody had a mask because they had a broken nose, but it wasn't that crazy.
But that was all the time. Yes, it was.
No,
But
it wasn't.
ain't no teams now ducking another team in the playoffs because they play dirty. No teams doing that right now.
What? Say that again.
I say it's not no team right now that's afraid of another team. How different how physical they playing. Bad Boys Pistons back then they was known for playing with dirty players and playing dirty. And
Well, I mean, Draymond
Pitt was
Green is
saying
pretty
on the
dirty, if
record,
you ask
he was
me.
saying on the record how Michael Jordan he didn't want to play the Pistons in the playoffs in a certain round.
Draymond Green was pretty dirty, if you ask me.
That's one
I mean,
player. That's one player that
and
you
every
named.
team and every league had one, maybe two players. Is there another guy in the league that plays dirty? What about that guy in Detroit,
You gotta say his name. What's his name?
Isaiah Stewart?
Okay, that's two players. So how many players? Because you can name so many players in the '90s that's playing dirty.
No,
I
you
can
can't.
name
No,
at
you
least
can't.
I can name at least two of my fingers and your fingers.
I mean, you could say John Stockton. You could say Lambeer. You could say
Who else?
let's see. I
You
mean,
you're
they
not saying
clothesline. You could say,
the number one. You're not saying the number one that I want you to say. Who else?
huh?
I said you're not saying the player I want you to say. So who else?
A dirty player from what era?
Dennis Rodman,
Dennis Rodman. Okay,
Bill Laimbeer,
okay. I said Bill Lambier.
Charles Oakley.
Charles Oakley, dirty?
Yes.
I wouldn't go that far. But I was a Knicks fan. I used to root for the Knicks against the Bulls. So, but I wouldn't go as far as saying Oakley was dirty.
He
I would
was a
say
dirty player. You would say he was a dirty player?
Oakley was a physical like,
Man, no.
but I wouldn't say.
No.
I would say Karl Malone was dirtier than Oakley.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Let's see. But I don't know today's NBA. You'd have to tell me who you think's dirty in today's NBA. All I said was Draymond and Isaiah Stewart.
That's all. That's all I think that's two dirty players.
Is
That's
there a
it.
guy that dyes his hair that plays for is he in San Antonio?
Man, who you talking about now? 'Cause I ain't just saying names now.
What happened? What I
No,
missed?
he played in San. He played for. I don't know if
We
he's.
talk about the dirty players in the NBA
Isn't that dude
compared to
that
this
played in San
generation to
Antonio
old
with the
generation.
colored hair?
Josh
You talk about
Josh what's his name?
Sochan?
Yeah, Coach whatever his
Yeah,
name.
ain't he a dirty player?
Man,
We naming the top dirty
we talking about
players,
an all time high on every position.
Huh?
We
the
talking about an
all-time
all
top
time
dirty
high.
players.
Period.
No, I'm asking, is that guy a dirty player? The one
No,
I.
he's not. No, he's
Oh,
not.
so you
Oakley.
say
But
you only got two?
I'm saying, like what I mean as like a dirty player is like their intentions every time. It's to hurt you.
these plays are non-basketball plays. Guys like Xavier
Yeah.
McDaniel, um, I would say Anthony Mason.
That's basically the whole Knick roster
And yeah, the Knicks,
and the Detroit
And
Pistons
I
roster.
said Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman for sure.
Dennis Rodman
And I
wasn't dirty.
said
He wasn't dirty.
Dennis wasn't
I didn't
dirty.
say Charles I
No,
said Charles Oakley. He said he wasn't dirty to him. That's what he said, Lakerland.
no, Dennis Rodman wasn't dirty.
No, 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 I
He
said
was a
Charles Oakley.
pest, but he never did what Draymond did. Green did.
Really,
He never stomped on the motherfucker.
really. You want to bet?
I don't think Rodman's ever stomped on a player.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
But he
give you
was
some
doing
footage.
worse.
I'm gonna show him some footage. I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I gotta see what he was. Yeah, you gotta show me what Rodman was. I mean, Rodman was eccentric.
Who else was real dirty though?
He would
Bill,
feel on your booty.
Bill
Mad
Lambier,
Max,
Mad Max, Bill
Mad
Vernon
Max was
Lambier.
Maxwell.
not dirty.
What?
What do you what?
Mad Max
Vernon
was not
Maxwell
dirty.
was a
Man,
dirty
get the hell out
dog.
of here.
Mad Max was not a dirty player.
Who
So
else
you
was-
saying when they won those championships, he was out there playing dirty?
No. He is a good player, but
He's a good
He's
player.
not
but I'm
dirty,
there's a
saying-
lot
man.
of
Mad Max was not a
non-basketball
dirty player.
plays. There's a lot of known non-basketball plays that these guys are known for making. Chris Paul is another one.
Yep.
Yeah,
He been
Chris Paul. I
dirty.
say that. Yeah, Chris
Since
Paul.
Wake Forest, he been
Chris
dirty.
Paul. Yep.
No, but I'm saying like in the '90s, like for them to slow you down, they put on your clothes, they grab your pants.
Yep.
They not doing that now. They
Yep.
not doing that now. Like,
Yeah, they
it's
can't
hard
do
to
that.
get
No,
up.
they can't. They can't. And they was doing that. Yeah, so you can't do
No,
that.
you can. They can, but they not. They
Right,
I
can,
don't
but they
even
not.
believe guys had a bunch of. It wasn't even a lot of dread heads in the '90s. They probably be pulling your dreads. Sure enough,
No, it wasn't a bunch of dreadheads.
it probably wasn't. You might have had a handful of people in the league
Yeah.
with dreads.
The only player I remember had dreads was what's his name? Latrell Sprewell. That's the only player I
Yeah.
remember having dreads.
Yeah. Sprewell.
Cornrows was like the shit in the '90s. That was it. Straight
And
backs.
he was a dirty player. If we be honest,
Who?
Latrell Sprewell.
Yeah,
No, he wasn't.
Well, Latrell,
Well, that name
dirty.
was-
I mean, I don't know if I. Well, Latrell took it there though. He choked the fuck out the coach. I mean, you don't go crazy
Yeah.
than that.
Oh, Kendall Gill. That was another like uber athlete in the 90s.
Who used to try to intentionally hurt people though? Like,
J.R. Reed was dirty. I remember he knocked out George Lynch with an elbow.
was Barkley dirty?
No, Barkley was too busy scoring.
Nah, I won't say Charles. Nah, he wasn't a dirty player. Nah.
Nah, he was just, he was a scorer. He was a superstar. But I literally saw John Stockton. I literally saw John Stockton walk up behind Kenny Smith in a playoff game, grab Kenny Smith's arm and hit his own self in the forehead with Kenny Smith's arm and flopped and got a call, got a whistle.
Was Michael dirty?
No, hell no.
Jordan.
Michael Jordan?
Hell no.
Nah.
He was too good. He was too fast. He was too quick to be dirty.
But I do feel like he was hand checking.
Oh yeah, well, hand checking was legal back then. But he played a lot of free safety too, though. He played a lot of weak side. Like he was a rim protector that, like, as a guard, he would come in from the weak side and get a lot of blocks.
He was trying to hand check. He was trying to, yeah, we see how that went.
Huh?
Yeah, he tried to hand check. He was trying to hand check AI. We see how that went.
Yeah, not too good. But AI said MJ almost got it though. But shit, hey, MJ, man, y'all just don't know.
But it was former basketball saying how like '90s they had like a dirty era. Like Vince Carter was saying how Pitt used to grab his jersey, like his pants.
Yeah, they need to get that. But you guys should have seen, freaking Jordan's layup package, man. That's what you really need to peep. Like,
I seen it. Trust me,
like his layup. First of all, he had a layup package like Kyrie Irving, and then he could hang in the air. Like he would jump so high that he would have to duck his head.
Yeah, to not hit the rim or the backboard. That's a fact.
Or not get hit in the head by somebody trying to block his shot. and reposition itself and then make the shot. And then
Yeah,
when he
out
came
is
off
fun. Out
screen,
is cool. Yeah, out is fun. This cool said now in this generation that shit gets smacked against the backboard. Now nobody letting you finish the move. You can get that shit
ain't
smacked on the
nobody
backboard.
there in this era.
We said
Ain't
what?
nobody even around. He's there by himself.
Who Mike
Yeah,
Well
ain't
now
nobody in the
you saw
lane
now.
in this
You said
era.
now.
to
Yeah,
defend it?
ain't nobody even in the lane.
What you mean? You got guards, goddamn blocking shots,
Guards
goddamn
are gonna send
backboard.
back Jordan shit.
Man, yes.
I would like to
You
see
got
Michael play in this era.
Jaden Brown. He glassing
How
that
they
shit.
doing sending back Kyrie shit?
Mm,
Kyrie
good
is
point.
different though.
Yeah, he's
Kyrie
different. He's
bag is
not
way more
6'6".
advanced.
He's not 6'6" like Jordan.
Kyrie bag is
You
more
compare
advanced.
Michael's handles to Kyrie handles?
Kyrie has way
No,
better.
the layup package. I'm not talking about
Oh,
the
the layup
handles.
package.
I'm
The
talking
layup
about the layup
as a
package.
finisher. As a finisher. Okay.
You gotta be a good defender to guard Kyrie. You gotta be a good defender to guard Michael.
Michael Jordan, at one point in his career, 40% of his shots was zero dribbles.
Yeah, but
The
Damn.
other forty one
Michael was
percent, the
physical.
other 41% was only one dribble.
Damn.
Zero dribbles and one dribble.
Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
you know why? Because most of the time his back was between the basket.
That
Or he was doing
turnaround.
that. Or he was doing that goddamn
That
that one
turnaround.
yeah that one ball fake he used to do. That's all he was doing. Nobody fought for that shit now.
Fade away.
That's all he was doing.
Yeah, Mike owned
What?
the floor from 15 to 18
Mike
feet.
had a simple game. That's all he was doing.
That's because he was good. Like,
He was a
Nah, he was
man.
good in that era. Yeah, he was good in that era. Yeah.
oh my God. Like, who's stopping any fadeaways right now? Who's stopping fadeaway jumpers?
But you got mad Joy defenders. Most of the defenders guarded MJ. Come on now, they were smaller than him, right? Gary Payton was smaller than him. What's his name? Oh, dude, from New York, light skinned dude. What's his name?
John Starks,
Starks.
who was
Yeah, he is
bagging
smaller than
groceries,
him. A lot of
who was
players
bagging
guarding Michael
groceries.
was smaller than him.
Like
Nowadays, it's
and
that's like
Drexler, he only played him twice a year.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, he's 6'6", but they can't contest him. If they play
Y'all
too high, he gonna
crazy.
get the bump of their ass down because he bigger than them.
Y'all niggas crazy.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike like got 220, like 220, 215. They had like 190 soaking wet. Come on now, you can't.